Let's welcome back to the show from the House Select China Committee. He's Congressman Justy Johnson. Congressman, it's good to see you again. Congressman, what do you make of this? How serious is this threat? FBI Director Wray warns Chinese cyber hackers are already inside U.S. infrastructure, that they're going to deal a, quote, devastating blow to the power grid, water treatment plants, to, quote, induce panic, that they could do that. What do you think? Is that serious?
Liz, this is a major threat. This is not just fear-mongering. We know that this infiltration has happened. And you're right, it's generally in the infrastructure space. Think water, wastewater, energy, telecommunications. Obviously, what we found, we have been able to root out of those systems. The question would be, of this big initiative of the Chinese Communist Party, Volt Typhoon, how much have we not found? And so the Biden administration, one good thing they have done is in their budget, they've called for an extra $13 billion to invest in cybersecurity. We need this investment. This is where the battle of today and tomorrow will be fought. Our defenses have not been strong enough.
So, yes, spend more money, but the question is, tens of thousands of Chinese nationals are now crossing the border illegally. We'll get your reaction on that, sir. We want you also to react to FBI Director Wray here. Let's take a listen.
The PRC has made it clear that it considers every sector that makes our society run fair game in its bid to dominate on the world stage, and that its plan is to land low blows against civilian infrastructure to try to induce panic. The fact is, the PRC's targeting of our critical infrastructure is both broad and unrelenting. It's using that mass, those numbers, to give itself the ability to physically wreak havoc on our critical infrastructure at a time of its choosing. But these vital sectors, we're talking about everything from water treatment facilities and energy grids to transportation and information technology, form the backbone of our society.
So it goes even beyond that into U.S. transportation and the information technology sector. So, and at a time of its choosing, you heard the FBI director there. What's your reaction?
Unfortunately, he's exactly right. We have not been paying enough attention to this. We are finally starting to wake up to the 360-degree threat that is the Chinese Communist Party. For a long time, I think we've understood the military problem. China's got more fighters, they've got more ships, they've got more missiles. I get it. But from a cybersecurity perspective, they are more focused on that arena of warfare than we have been, and shame on us. We are starting to come together. But Liz, I would say this, at the time when we need our government focused like a laser on this threat, we've got malcontents in the House that instead are trying to fire inward to throw the House into disarray at the very time we should be making sure our defenses are up against China.
Yeah, but aren't now tens of thousands of Chinese illegal migrants crossing the border in the border collapse?
Absolutely. It's been 20,000 Chinese have crossed that open border since October. It's a major problem. And this is another instance where this is a deliberate plan by the Chinese Communist Party. They are boosting videos of how to get past the border wall on the TikTok platform. I understand it. Americans, we are allowed a certain amount of complacency because most days life is pretty good here. But if we don't understand how interconnected these Chinese investments in technology, platforms like TikTok, an open southern border, precursor chemicals for fentanyl are all interrelated, we are going to be moving in the wrong direction.
So then why not put border security in that foreign aid package for Ukraine and Israel? Why not do that?
It is absolutely the kind of thing that I wish was possible. The southern border is an absolute failure. We have tried for months to leverage, to get border security for Israel and Ukraine. I wish it was a play that worked, Liz, but it simply doesn't work.
Why?
And so we've got to be persistent because we've got a Democratic Senate and we've got Joe Biden in the White House. And anybody who thinks Joe Biden is going to sign a law that actually secures the border is too naive to be in Congress. I wish that play worked. But we've got to be bold enough and resilient enough to understand that the play we called from the huddle isn't actually going to get it done. We got to go call another play because failure is not an option.
People are getting murdered. And,
Yes.
there are people getting kidnapped. There's sexual and human trafficking and drug trafficking. So, this is on the Biden White House in that border collapse. And now, with we hear what you're saying. It's just that people don't want to feel so nihilistic about it. They want to feel that D.C. is getting stuff done, and it's not.
Well, but Liz, we can't live in fantasy land.
No, I know that,
really,
but
yeah.
border security is not a fantasy land.
No, unfortunately, it's not. It's a nightmare. And so what we need are people who are strong enough, focused enough, resilient enough to be able to find a path forward. You can't just pick one strategy and keep screaming about that strategy day in and day out.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty good way for failure. All of your eggs in one basket does not get the job done.
You know, and the other
Listen,
thing
we got to
too
get it
is,
done.
you know, the other thing too is this backwards looking kind of pointing the finger. Oh, the Senate border bill, that would have fixed the problem. You know, a lot of, right, we read the bill, it would not have. Border security officials say that Senate border bill would have been a failure. It would have enshrined, you know, levels of illegal migration that even the Obama White House said was critical in a crisis. It would have forced U.S. states to only sue, for example, in D.C. Court of Appeals if they didn't like a White House policy. That's not fair to those border states like Texas. And there were so many things wrong that with that bill. So people are saying, oh, you know, Trump, you know, basically torpedoed that. No, GOP senators didn't like it at all either. They said it was bad.
Yeah, I'm not at all convinced the Langford bill was the right approach. I will agree with all of that. I would mention, though, that one of the real downsides of having an American populace that is so angry, and I understand why they're angry, I'm angry too, but they think they can get a whole loaf in part because there are some prominent members of Congress that tell them that if they just scream loud enough, they can get a whole loaf. You can't get a whole loaf in the era of divided government.
It's too bad.
And so, listen, but even when we get a half loaf, Liz, they don't want to accept that either.
Got it. Heard you, Congressman Johnson. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's good to see you again.
Sounds good. Thanks, Liz.